then drop them drawers. I know what you want. I ask myself, is this shit real? I contemplate about how I feel.
Hey y'all, it's Sasha. So guys, we are back with another video for you guys. This video is going to be about you guys watched my previous video. I told you guys I recently got diagnosed with MS, January 2024, and I'm going to give you guys the info all about that, the reason why I've been gone for so long, and all of the sorts, because there's some of my MS friends and MS people that are on here or in the world who don't know the signs, who are going through the same journey as me and have no idea what to do. So we're gonna get down to the bottom. And first things first, I'm gonna tell you guys how I found out I had it. What were my signs? So 2023, around October, my first sign was my back pain. I had so much back pain, y'all. Like, I couldn't get out of bed, I couldn't move. Sometimes I was stuck in the bed and I couldn't get out of bed because I was hurting so bad. When I say so bad, sometimes I was stuck on the floor and I just couldn't move. So I can't remember when I went to the hospital, but I'll put a video somewhere on the screen when I went to the hospital and I was on the phone FaceTime with my friends. I went to the hospital and I was explaining to them, like, something's not right. My back hurts terribly. Like, I can't do anything. Like, the way my back hurted is like a different kind of pain. So I went to the hospital and they did an x-ray, I believe. They did an x-ray. And he was like, there is something in the x-rays, but we have to transport you to another hospital because they said that they want to do some more research. XYZ. I said, okay, that's fine. So I went from one hospital. I was there for like hours. I got transported to another hospital. So the other hospital, I got there and they were like, we were waiting on you all day. What happened? I'm like, I don't know. I'm just waiting for y'all. I went for transportation to come to bring me here because they transported me in the ambulance. So I got in the ambulance and I went to the hospital and they were like, we're gonna take a look at your x-rays to see what's on there. So they looked at my x-ray and they was like, well, there's nothing that we can see that's very major. It looks like you have like a bulge disc in your back, I'm like, okay, but I shouldn't be in this much pain. So they was like, if the pain gets worse, come up to the hospital and we'll figure it out from there. I said, okay. So weeks go by, and my balance started to get off. I couldn't, like, I was stumbling over everything. It got so bad to the point I couldn't walk by myself, and it got really bad to the point where I had to walk with a walker. So I go to the hospital, and during those few weeks after my first time I went to the hospital, things got worse and worse. Like, I had to walk with a walker. I could not walk by myself. Even when I did walk by myself, I was stumbling and tripping. I couldn't walk down the stairs by myself. Even when I went out of town for Christmas in 2023, I couldn't do everything like everybody else was doing because I couldn't walk. I couldn't walk by myself, and when I did walk by myself, I was always stumbling and I was scared because I was gonna fall. So January 2024, I went to the hospital and I was like, they told me if things get worse to come back, and now it's worse. I cannot walk, and my eyesight was going back too, and I never wear glasses. In my whole entire family, I was always the one who could see everything. Everybody would call me to see certain things. So I went there, I'm like, things got worse. My eyesight is going bad. I can't walk by myself. I have to walk with a walker, and I'm not sure what's going on with me. So they brought me back. I spent the night in like, if y'all know, there's an ER and then there's a part of the ER where if you need to stay overnight, they keep you there and you stay overnight. So they kept me there for a couple hours, did some tests. They know that we're gonna keep you overnight to watch you because my test results weren't back yet. So then by that point, I was already assigned a doctor. So they put me in the back. I think I stayed in that room like 2 nights, and they were putting me on all these medications, on steroids. I had to get an IV. It was so much going on, and this was like just a couple days I was in that room. Then they were like, we're gonna put you on the floor. I'm like, oh my God, now I gotta be here for extra more days. Remember, y'all, I have a whole job. Like, I just told my job I'm going to the hospital, and they like, okay, you know. So they put me on the floor, and on the floor I was on, I shared a room with another person. So I went up there. They did all kinds of tests. They did MRIs, they did x-rays, they did brain scans, they did so much stuff, y'all. And there was this whole time I still could not walk by myself. It even got bad where they put the little, they put an alarm on my bed. If I get up, the alarm would go off and they would have to come in there. Because I could not walk by myself. I fell so many times because I couldn't walk. It's ridiculous. So I was in the hospital, and then they did all these tests. They did so many tests, y'all. And I was so depressed. I was so depressed. I would cry like every other day. I got a room. My roommates were leaving and coming and leaving and coming and leaving and coming, and I was still there. I was still there. So then they came to the point where they said I had HMO or MS. I'm gonna put the names on the screen of what they are. So they told me that it was between the two because they're like sisters. They're kind of the same, it's just they have some factors that are different, and they didn't know which one I had. So they came to the point where they were like, okay, we're going to treat this as this because you have more signs of this than that. So I had so many doctors, y'all, to come in there and talk to me. So many doctors. I have a list, not like this, notes in my phone when I was in the hospital. I had so many notes, so many questions to ask the doctor. It was so much. I had a neurologist came in there, neurosurgery came in there. I had ophthalmology come in there. I had physical therapy come in there because they was trying to teach me how to walk, so because I couldn't. And while I was in there, they was like, we're going to treat this, like I said, we're going to treat this as this so that we can go ahead and cure it if it is this. So the time came when I had to get a catheter in my neck. It's right here. I'll put a picture up here as well. I had to put a catheter in my neck. Basically, it was a tube that went inside one of my veins so that way I can get a plasma treatment. Basically, they take all the plasma out of my body and put new plasma in my body. And it was, I remember that day, it was hard and I was crying because first of all, I was there by myself. I was there by myself the entire time. I was in there for 3 weeks, y'all. 3 weeks by myself. I can't remember. I think my cousin came up there, my big sister. I think she came up there too. But yeah, so they put a catheter in my neck. I think I had 10 treatments every other day. So every other day I had a plasma treatment. Like I said, they take all the plasma out and put new plasma in my body. The process would take like 2 to 3 hours, depending on if I had a reaction or whatever. In the beginning, they would give me vitamin C because basically plasma, it takes all your vitamin C out. So while they're taking the plasma out, they're still putting vitamin C in you because if you don't have vitamin C in you, you're gonna die. That's just that. So yeah, I was in there for 3 weeks, y'all. And as time went on, I had physical therapy. I think they came in there 2 or 3 times a week. I can't remember if they did. But my eyesight was going bad too. So I had I think they're called ophthalmology. I believe so. They came in there, looked at my eyes, they did all kind of eye tests or whatever. And things of that sort. I was at Grady Hospital and they were very nice to me. They were very good. It's just they were slow at times. Sometimes when I had to pee, I would have to call them, tell them I had to pee, and they would take forever. Even I would just get up by myself, like I gotta pee, y'all taking all day. I gotta go pee. And when I got to bed and the alarm went off, then somebody would come running in there. Ridiculous. But yeah, it was a long 3 weeks. Eventually when I was getting my plasma treatment, my hearing went out in my right ear and I couldn't hear. It sounded very, very, very muffled. So then the ear, nose, and throat doctor had to come in there and check my ears. I don't know why, but I couldn't hear out my ear. And it's like in my eyes, I couldn't see like the peripheral of my eyes. So I'm looking straight at the camera. I couldn't see this over here. I could see this on this side, but on my left side, I could not see it. I could only see if it got like right here, but from here on here, I could not see. So it was a lot going on, along with me not being able to walk, along with my hearing, along with my eyesight, along with another thing. One of the signs that I had something was wrong, I could not hold my pee, y'all, for nothing. I could not hold my pee. I could be walking to the bathroom now. I couldn't hold my pee. I would pee on myself. I could be in front of the toilet and pee on myself. I could not hold it for nothing. And I would tell them, I would even tell Monique, if I don't go to the bathroom right now, even if me thinking I gotta pee and I'm going to the bathroom, I will pee on myself. If I don't go to the bathroom and the moment I have to go, I will pee on myself. And I'm like, this has never happened to me. I don't understand what is going on. We gotta figure out something. That was another sign. So yeah, on top of all of that, I'm depressed. My anxiety is through the roof. I've never been in the hospital this long before. I'm by myself. All I had was phone calls. That's it. Don't get me wrong, I did have my friends. They were right there with me. But it was so hard and then I still tried to be strong because my mom had never seen me like that. My siblings never seen me like that. My friends never seen me like that. My spouse at the time never seen me like that. So it was hard and I was still trying to stay strong. But how do you stay strong when you're going through a battle by yourself, basically? So don't get me wrong, Grady Hospital was so good to me. Grady is a great hospital, y'all. Just to let y'all know. But yeah. So 3 weeks went by. It's time for me to go home. When I tell y'all, I ain't never moved so fast in my entire life. I was so ready to go home. I was so ready to go home. And then I got my discharge papers. Well, they told me I could be discharged. And then there was like, well, the person who got to take that out, not here. So I stayed there an extra day. Got up next morning, got dressed, had my back on my bed. I'm like, where they at? So you come take this out. Because I'm ready to go. So the doctor came in there. She took it out. I'm like, I can go home now? And they were like, yeah, you can go home. I'm like, yes, thank God. So, they even got me an Uber home because nobody could come get me. Nobody could come get me. My friends were at home, but they couldn't come get me either. So I got an Uber. They got me an Uber home. And I went home and I was so excited to be in my own bed, to take a shower, to be able to enjoy the sun because I haven't been outside in who knows how long. I came home. I still walked with a walker, but my eyesight was okay. They said that they were still running tests. They still didn't know if I had MS or HMO. So they were still running tests. So they were like, there's no point in you just in the hospital bed and we're just waiting on tests. So I left the hospital, got home. I had so many doctor's appointments, y'all. I had doctor's appointments like every freaking week, 2 to 3 doctor's appointments every week because they still didn't know what I had. But by the time I went to my neurologist, they were like, 9 times out of 10 you have MS and we're gonna treat you as such. So I was doing all the right things and they were doing all the right things too. I just had to take my time. At the time I was working in the office doing customer service work and my eyesight still wasn't the best, y'all. I had to go find glasses to help me see. I had to figure out how to work again, how to work in a busy office again. And it was a lot because I haven't been in an office setting in 3 weeks and I need money. I got bills to pay. I still gotta do what I gotta do. So I sucked it up. I dealt with it, went back to work, and things were fine eventually. So yeah, January 2024 was a very rough month for me. Well, I'm gonna say October 2023 to January 2024, the end of January 2024 was a very rough couple months for me. Very, very rough. Because I've never dealt with anything like that in my entire life. But things happen for a reason. And if you guys don't know, MS is an autoimmune disease. I'm going to put the definition on the screen. My MS really attacks my optic nerve in my eyes, but also it attacks your nerves in your body. And it attacks it, and it's basically like your body is fighting against itself. So you have to be very careful on who you're around. When people are sick, you have to be very, very careful because your immune system is very weak. It's like your immune system is like a baby. If one person's sick, the baby's gonna get sick because their immune system is so weak. Just like with me, I worked in the daycare, and immediately, weeks later, not even weeks later, like a week later, I was so sick. I was sick. I don't know if it was the flu or what, but I was so sick. But I would continue to go to work because I have bills to pay. I can't just stop working. So yeah, your immune system is very, very weak. So that was my October to January 2024. This is part 1 of my MS journey, my MS story. Stay tuned for next Sasha Saturday. I will tell y'all about my first relapse and also from February to my relapse. And we will talk about what happened, what the doctors were saying, and all of that. And you guys will know more about my MS journey. Okay? So make sure you guys like, comment, share, and subscribe. Tell a friend, tell a friend, tell a friend, tell a friend. And I'll see you guys next Sasha.